minimum tax. Many of us start businesses and in the process get to learn from running the enterprises. In Kenya, when something does not work out, but you end up learning from it, we refer to that scenario as character development. You got to learn from it. Now, courtesy of some tweets, actually, let's just take a look at some of the Twitter engagement we saw earlier on. There is this gentleman at Wakarioa. Yes, Munjiru Wambari wa Karanja posted this, that biashara that gives you serious character development in Kenya, in fact, they can easily hospitalize you. Farming and running a bar. Remember, tax excise adjustment issue is going to be affecting some products in the bar starting next month. Now, these are some of the responses. If I talk about farming, I may need hospitalization after that. Matatu business almost killed my old man. What are the advantages and disadvantages of farming? This is somebody trying to inquire. So these are just some of the experiences. Let's take a look at some more engagement. Wachana na farming, bars and wines and spirit. Ndio mambo yote. Police ate my wine and spirit business within 3 months. Nilikuwa nimefilisika kabisa. And that is George Ellick saying some of these external issues that you're facing in our country. Then ongeza butchery and make it #1. Hey, nilishauza stock mara kadhaa kwa wase wa dogi. Basically, I had to get rid of my stock lest it becomes very bad and spoiled. Wewe sasa unasema, these are Kenyans, this is how we speak, yeah? Karibu kununua ndudhi alafu uandikane. Utachizi na 400 ama 300 mnaulizana. This the requirement, daily requirement people require from, you know, when you're running a motorbike business. Car wash, electricity bills will kill you. Then we have farming for export, where we've seen dust. You know, that is a Kenyan expression, tumeona dust. Then we have premium tiers, I'm suffering now, and harvest, una harvest, wanakosa kubeba, wakibeba, reject manenos. Then salon, kinyozi, nail parlor, premium tiers. And these are some of experiences that Kenyans have seen or experienced in our country. The question is, apart from the external factors, when you talk about, you know, running a business in the country, the issues with taxation, corruption, from your personal experience and planning before you run into a business, are there strategies that you can employ to make sure that at least your business stands a chance of survival? Well, right now, I'm joined by Christopher Odongo, who's the CEO of World International. And Christopher, strategy is quite a big term. Can you break it down? For somebody who wants to start a micro, you know, I want to run a small business from my room. Do I need strategy? And starting off, maybe, what is strategy?
Thank you for inviting me to the show. And I think people make strategy to be a big word, and it's not really that big. What you want to do is to ask yourself, who is my customer? And what does my customer want to do with my products or services? And how many customers exist within my area? And that will be the first step you take towards getting a strategy. Yeah. Some of those comments are very, very hilarious. I mean, premium tiers because you harvest and then you don't get a buyer. You know, the question that begs there is, when you are planting, did you already have a buyer in mind? Had you negotiated a contract? Or had you just gone to plant because you saw buyers in the market? You know, and I know some of the things that happen is you go somewhere and you go into a nail parlor and you find 5 ladies being made their nails, and you are there for a few hours and you think this is what's happening the whole day in that nail parlor. Because maybe you came that day and then you came another day and they were full, and you're imagining that they're always full. What you need to do is just take time. Go and investigate. Spend like a whole week standing and watching the customers going into that nail parlor, coming out, and count them. You know, it's very easy. You just need to sit and count them. And after a whole week, you'll be able to see whether the nail parlor business actually has traction or not.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, farming is one of those businesses that has so much traction. Especially right now, you've been told the future and the present is farming.
Yes.
Everyone needs food. So if you go into that business, there's a higher chance of succeeding. True. But you tell me that is quite impossible without proper planning. So for a small MSMEs, is there some sort of formula that they can employ strategic-wise to make sure that their businesses are doing better?
So there is a formula, and as I said, so for example, the farmer. So you want to farm what? You want to farm, let's say you want to farm cabbages, So you go to the market, and you go to your local market and you find Mama Mboga is selling one cabbage at 50 shillings. All right? And so you go back and you do your mathematics. And you say, on my 1 acre or on my 2 acres, I can make cabbages, or I can produce cabbages. They'll take 3 months to mature, and I'll be able to sell them at 50 shillings. The question you forgot to ask yourself is the customer who's buying from Mama Mboga your customer? They're not your customer. You only watched Mama Mboga selling to their customer. And then you decided that you can also go and farm and go and sell to the same customer. You never for once asked yourself, who is this customer that Mama Mboga is selling to? Where does this customer live? Where does this customer work? How many times does this customer buy cabbages in a month? Do they buy once? Do they buy twice? And you fail to even notice that Mama Mboga cuts the cabbage for the customer.
So you go,
so you go, you farm your cabbages, then you never opened a Mama Mboga shop. So who is your customer? Unfortunately for you, your customer is the broker, who is going to come to your farm with a lorry and tell you, cabbages I buy at 5 shillings a cabbage. And in your mind, cabbages were 50 shillings. But you are talking to the wrong customer.
Yes.
Yeah, you should have talked to the broker and asked the broker, how much do you buy cabbages for?
Okay.
Then he would have told you, I buy cabbages at 5 shillings.
So the key is understanding the industry that you operate, the whole value chain.
Yes.
Doing your research is very important when it comes, if your business is to survive.
Yes.
But sometimes you for example, the matatu business. You've seen the tweet saying,
I've seen the tweets.
It almost hospitalized my dad. In fact, I saw another one. Somebody bought a matatu, and it was second-hand matatu. And what happened, it stressed the person out until now it's parked. He's converted the matatu into, somewhere where he places chicken.
Yes.
Okay? And chicken business is another discussion.
It's another story altogether.
Yeah, it's another story altogether. But you look, sometimes you enter and you've done your preliminary research.
Yes.
And when you enter, kwa ground, things are different, as Kenyans put it. So how do you adjust?
You have to adjust very fast because the ground, things are very different. So you started your business, you bought your matatu, you did your research, you decided which route you want to go to, and then when you enter into the business, you discover there are things that were unknown to you. You have to adapt. You have to be resilient. The people who make it in business, they don't make it because they are necessarily smarter than others. Sometimes they make it because they just have the resilience and the tenacity to keep going. They also think about new strategies every day. So if you went and started and you discovered that for this matatu to work, I need to be in the matatu the whole day. Then be in the matatu the whole day. Or for this matatu to work, then I need to employ someone to be in the matatu the whole day. Then go ahead and do that. But sometimes people don't take the extra effort to make things work. They think that things are going to work by themselves. You bought the matatu, you put it on the road, you got a conductor, you got a driver, and you thought it's going to work by itself. Things don't work by themselves.
Definitely.
Things are worked.
Yes. You have to put in the effort.
It reminds me a long time ago when we were growing up, in the matatus that were plying the Isili route. There will be a conductor, there will be a driver, and there will be somebody seated at the back counting the passengers who are entering and exiting. Because things were being made to work.
All right, definitely. You have to make things to work. In fact, for farming, I was getting something funny that we have balcony farmers. You're in Nairobi and you're calling home. Kumenyesha. Okay, what happened to my cabbages? No, you have to be involved and make it work. But that is business, and the business of character development. Thank you very much, Christopher, for your time. We appreciate. Christopher is the CEO of Wild International. Check them out on social media. But that said and done, later on, we want to take a break. But remember, we're marking World Tourism Day, and we'll be going straight to Nakuru County. I mean, Nakuru is known for tourism. So what do they have to offer? And to be specific, actually, we shall be taking a look at Lake Solai, which is quite interesting. And that's all that we have from this end. When you come back, we'll be live from Lake Nakuru, but that's all from my end. My name is Noah Kipkimbo. Do have yourself